exploring the phenomenal Tororo district, and here we check out the maize farm on the Geno family farm.
Maize, the most important cereal in Uganda, providing over 40% of the calories consumed in the urban and rural areas. It is uniquely grown here, and we are looking at about 3 varieties of maize here. Let's go back to our farmers and learn a little bit more, shall we?
Maize farming plays a vital role in Uganda's agriculture sector and is considered one of the most important staple crops in the country. It thrives in Uganda's diverse agroecological zones. It can be grown in both highland and lowland areas. Today's episode explores land preparation, effective agronomic practices for a bountiful harvest, the markets, and value addition tips for our farmers.
You can actually increase its productivity depending on, again, where you get the seed source. The conversion rate is 60%, as opposed to selling it as grain.
It's nice to be back here.
Thank you.
So you have a variety of maize on your farm. And right now we are at the demonstration bit of the farm. So tell us a little bit more about it.
Yes, once again, welcome to Geno Family Farm. Like it has been said, maize is a very important crop, and indeed we want to help the farmers with how they can increase productivity per piece of land that they are growing. So as you can see in this demonstration site, we have got 3 varieties. We have got a variety that is called Bazooka. We have got another one that is called a Longe 10H, and we have also got a new one that they've just released called DT Max. And this is all seed that is coming from Naseko. Naseko is one of the breeders in Uganda. So one interesting thing about maize is that you can actually increase its productivity depending on, again, where you get the seed source. Again, most farmers suffer in Uganda because they get seed which is fake, seed which is fabricated, and the losses begin from there. So for us, we are working with Naseko, and we are getting the seed directly from them. I'll talk about Bazooka. Bazooka takes 145 days to mature, and if you give this maize everything that it requires, it can give you up to 4 tons in an acre. That means 4,000 kilograms. And it depends on how you plant. In this maize here, the planting, the spacing that we have done from one crop to the next is 75 centimeters, and from one crop to the other one in a row, it is 30 centimeters, and we only plant one. And as you can see, each crop here is just 1 per hole. The other one, which is a Longe 10H, Longe 10H has been in the market for quite a while, and you can get about 3.6 tons per acre. And then that new brand, the DT Max, is a very interesting maize because we have observed some strange characteristics on it. For example, it is giving us 4 cobs per plant, and that is quite interesting. And I believe that one can give you also up to or slightly over 4 tons. So this is a very interesting project. And one of the things that we are trying to do is to educate the farmers, again, to use the skills that we are giving them to increase the productivity of maize.
Maize has a strong market demand in Uganda, both domestically and for export. It is used for various purposes, including food consumption, animal feed, and industrial processing.
Maize, you can consume it in raw form. You can get and roast. You can also get and turn it into flour, or you can sell maize as maize. But what we are trying to promote here is that we shouldn't sell maize as maize because we're just donating it. We want to add value onto this maize so that the farmer can get more money from the product.
The fact that this is the demonstration bit of it, I would like to assume there are more parties involved.
Absolutely right. So we have, first of all, the first party is us. We bring opportunities to the community by, first of all, identifying the first partner, which is the seed source, and that is Naseko. Naseko is a breeder, so we bring him on board so that we can access the seed from the factory of Naseko. The second interesting partner is the community. So we bring them here, we educate them on how to plant the maize, we help them to access the seed so that they can plant the right variety, and then we also work with the agriculture extension officer who comes regularly here to educate us on which pesticides to use, and he also supplies us with them, and he regularly comes to monitor and evaluate how we are doing. So those are the partners that we are working with into the maize production. Okay. Sheila, the other interesting part of maize is that when you, for example, get between 3 to 4 tons, and you add value. I'll just give you an example. Right now in the marketplace, if you get 100 kilograms of maize and you turn it into first-class flour, the conversion rate is 60%. So you'll get 60% of flour, which at the current price is about 3,300. And then you're also going to get the maize brand, which is about 1,000 to 1,200 a kilogram. That means for 100 kilograms of maize, you're making close to 250,000, as opposed to selling it as grain, which will get about 200, maybe less than 200,000. So value addition is very important. And again, here we're also promoting poultry. So that means you'll sell the flour and you remain with the maize brand for the birds. Yeah.
So basically you do link the other farmers to the likes of Naseko to get the seedlings?
Yes, so we are like their one-stop center.
Okay.
So we acquire the seeds and then they buy from us, and then they are very assured of quality seed.
Yes, you do train the farmers as well?
We do train
so
the
that they can help them set up and all?
Absolutely.
So the last time we were here, you had you had a collective when it came to another cereal, yeah? So is it the same here, or on this case, the farmers do have their own land?
Yes, so the farmers plant in their own pieces of land. So people have their gardens where they can plant. The secret here is that we want them to increase productivity from their piece of land. So if an acre can give me 4 tons and you have a quarter an acre, you can still make money. What is happening here previously is that people plant maize from the previous harvests, and they sweat a lot. They, for example, in an acre, they cannot make more than 4 bags. But we're telling them that if you change the seed source and the practices from that 1 acre, you can get between 30 to 40 bags, which makes a huge difference. We want them to farm for profitability, where they can consume some of the maize and be able to have some income for their family use.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I like what I see here. It's healthy. It just looks great. What are some of the practices that these farmers, could pick a leaf?
So one of the things, the first one is the seed source, which is very important. We have now a partner. Number 2, the application of the fertilizer, the alpha and omega fertilizer that we use for soaking the maize before we plant. That is very critical. And also we teach them how to break the dormancy of the seed. That is, you first dry the seed under the sun to break the dormancy. And then more importantly, we teach them how to plant the maize in rows. Like you have already said, it's beautiful, it looks nice. We teach them how to do that. So we teach them the measurements and how much you can achieve per acre. So take, for example, an acre takes about 10 kilograms of maize to get the 4 tons. So we give them all that information. And we also again advise them on which kind of pesticides to use, together with our agriculture extension office.
Someone is interested in getting involved. How much are they looking at? Getting the seedlings and clearing the land and then planting and getting to this point?
Excellent. So the seeds that we are getting, we get the seed from the seed supplier, and they give us at X factory price, which is 75,000 for 10 kilograms, as opposed to buying it in the open market, which is about 100,000, and sometimes you gamble and get a bad seed. So you'll have to acquire seed at 75,000, and then you have to plow your acre. Right now here in the market, depending on what you're using, if you're using oxen, it's about 70,000. If you're using a tractor, it is between 80 to 100,000. You have to plow your garden twice, and then you have to acquire the seed. You have to buy the fertilizer, the liquid one, at 70,000, and you'll have to use 2 jerrycans. That means you are spending about 140,000, and then you have to plant. The planting per acre here is 40,000, and you have to weed maize twice, which is also 40,000. So that is 80,000. And then after that, you manage the crop. So the input is not so much. It's close to about 350,000. And if you compare that to what you're going to get, it is quite good money.
It is quite good. So this is the demonstration farm. We are going to take a walk around and see what more Laban and his team have to offer.
So yes, again, really, at Geno Family Farm, we work closely with the community, and this water, we have networked it for the community. They pick this water from here. We have a neighborhood of over 30 homes. They come and pick clean water from here so that they access clean water for domestic use. Apart from that, we also work with the community in terms of food security. So in the peripheral of this farm, we count 15 meters for families, and we designate it for them to farm for food security. So down there, the people have planted maize, they've planted cassava, some of them have planted sorghum and millet just to give food security. And we also do that because then they provide security for the farm. So community engagement is part of our vision. We don't want to leave the community behind. We want to move with them moving forward.
We will take a short commercial break, and when we return, it's the expert opinion and the markets.
Maize farmers in Uganda can explore various value addition opportunities to increase the profitability of their maize production. Here are some value addition options they can consider. Maize flour production. Farmers can establish small-scale maize milling units to produce the maize flour, which has a higher market value compared to raw maize. Maize snacks and products. Maize can be processed into a range of snacks and products such as popcorn, corn chips, cornflakes, and extruded maize snacks. Animal feed production. Maize is an essential ingredient in animal feed formulations. Farmers can consider producing maize-based animal feeds to cater to the growing demand for the livestock, poultry, and fish feeds. This can involve processing maize into pelleted feeds, mash feeds, or supplementing it with other ingredients to create balanced animal feed formulations. Maize starch and syrup. Maize can be processed to extract starch and syrup, which have various industrial applications. Maize starch is used in the food, pharmaceutical, and paper industries, while maize syrup finds application in sweeteners, food processing, and beverage production. Establishing maize starch and syrup production units can offer value addition opportunities for maize farmers. Maize oil extraction. Maize germ contains oil which can be extracted and processed into maize oil. Maize oil is used for cooking as a component in food products and in the production of biodiesel. Setting up a maize oil extraction unit can really help farmers diversify their income streams. Silage production. Maize can be harvested and processed into silage, which serves as a high-quality feed for livestock during the dry season or periods of feed scarcity. Farmers can produce and sell silage to other livestock farmers, providing a valuable feed source while maximizing their maize crop utilization. Farmers with expertise in maize cultivation can venture into seed production. Producing certified and high-quality maize seeds can be profitable, as there is a demand for improved maize varieties on the market. Maize seed production requires adherence to quality control standards and collaboration with seed companies or agricultural institutions. Maize husk utilization. Maize husks, which are typically considered waste, can be utilized for various purposes. They can be processed into animal bedding, used as fuel or biomass for energy production, or transformed into eco-friendly packaging materials. Exploring innovative ways to utilize maize husks can add value to the maize farming process. Note that before venturing into value addition activities, farmers should conduct market research, assess the feasibility of the chosen value addition option, and consider factors such as production costs, equipment requirements, market demand, and necessary quality standards. Engaging with relevant agriculture agencies, cooperatives, or industry associations can provide valuable guidance and support in pursuing value addition opportunities.
Yes, so again what we are going to do here is that we are going to do joint selling of our maize because one of the challenges we have here is the brokers. The brokers, they come and sometimes they buy the maize when it's still in the garden. So the farmers that are suited to us, that is not going to happen. They are going to harvest their maize, they manage them well, and then we put it in one collection center. We are building a storage up there, so where we shall store all our maize, and then we will look at the possibilities of adding value before selling the maize, because then the farmer will get more money rather than selling the maize at when it is still in the garden. So we are going to do that as a community, so that the farmer can benefit from their sweat.
You mentioned storage.
Yeah.
There is a perception that you cannot store maize for a certain period of time, or else it starts to go bad, it weevils or something like that. So what magic do you intend on employing?
Yeah, so we are going to do two things. We are first going to treat the maize after harvesting. There's a chemical that you mix in the maize, and then we're also going to buy gunny bags that when you seal, there is no weevil or there is no pest that can destroy. So in that way, we'll be able to keep our maize for a long time. But again, the market is ready. For example, the flour, there are so many schools in Tororo. There are so many families that consume maize, so we don't intend to keep our maize for a very long time. The moment we add value, we'll be able to sell the flour, and there are so many poultry farmers, we'll also be able to sell the maize brand to them. So the market is ready. The market is ready, yes.
When you're going to grow maize, there are two main things you have to look at. One, the nutritive value which you're going to give to the plant, the fertilizing. As again, a farm, they use the alpha and omega, and you can see it's also doing almost the same like the other one I would tell you to do. But for any other person who cannot access of alpha and omega, you must have the planting fertilizer, which is DAP, diammonium phosphate. DAP helps plants to develop roots because it has the element of phosphorus, which will make the plant to develop more roots. Now, more roots, the bigger the mouth the plant has to feed on any food they will find in the soil. More so nitrogen, the nutrients. And when you have put DAP, you dig a hole. Here we have done one plant per hole, 30 centimeters by 75 centimeters between line. Now, when you plant like this, what's the advantage? The advantage is that there is no competition between plant in terms of the nutrients available for them. So it will enjoy the fertilizer you have put in that hole by itself alone. When you put only one bottle top per hole. After that, you cover with the soil, that fertilizer, so that it does not come in contact with the what? With the seed. Then you put the seed on top of that soil, then you put the seed, then you cover with soil, light soil, to make it germinate very well. After germination, you do your first weeding. When it reaches your knee point, at that point you need to do what they call top dressing. Top dressing, basically you are adding it urea, which is full of nitrogen. Nitrogen helps plant to make more leaves and greener leaves. More leaf and greener leaves help the plant to absorb energy from the sun and to help it manufacture its food. And now your plant will be healthy, dark and vigor. You will be assured of good yield. However, there's another menace problem called pests. In maize, we used to have maize stalk borer, which is minor. But as we talk now, we have the pest that invaded us in Africa in 2017. That is fall armyworm. Fall armyworm is a mess. However, it can be controlled like you have seen, we have controlled it here. You just need to know which chemical can you use and at what time can you spray and what are the behaviors of this pest. One, fall armyworm's behavior is a nocturnal pest. For it feeds in the night. They don't feed in the day. In the day, they are just relaxing. Two, they remain in the panicle. They will not come outside. So when you are spraying, you target the panicle, the pesticide, to enter where it is sleeping, where it is hiding. And when you manage fall armyworm, you would have managed the quality of your plants, hence the yield. you will use systemic pesticides. For example, we have amamectin. You put just 10 grams in 20 liters and then you spray. The most appropriate time of spraying for lemon would be at night because that's the time it is active. However, you are very aware that at that time you will also be sleeping. So you will not be able. So you can either spray it very early in the morning, possibly when they have just relaxed to sleep, very early in the morning, or late in the evening when they have to wake up to start eating. And you will spray it 3 times, at least 3 times. The first spraying, when you do the monitoring and you start seeing them coming one by one, you start spraying immediately before it can spread, because for it can spread as fast as within 1 week, every maize plant has the pest. Then you repeat after 1 week, and after 1 week, then we believe you would have broken the life cycle of that pest, and you will have your maize.
So that's our show for today. Thank you so much for watching. Next week, we are still in the great land of Tororo. Don't forget to keep the comments coming in. #NTV Seeds of Gold. Have a nice day.